Hey, everybody, guess what? We're back. It's a bonus week. We got American Idol. We've got Cassandra Coleman. I'm so excited. And, of course, our friend Melinda Dolittle. Wow, we're so excited. Cassandra, we're so excited to be able to talk to you today.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to, I guess, update everybody and just let y'all know what's going on.
Yes. So, Sunday. Wow. I mean, how are you feeling now? You've had a few days to process. How's it going right now?
Honestly, from the get-go, I felt pretty at peace. I had some people say, like, you know, it's okay, you don't have to bottle in your emotions or anything, but now that it's the top 10, like, things start moving fast. Like, people have to go home. It's just inevitable. And I had hoped that I could at least make it to the next round. I was really wanting to meet Chris Martin from Coldplay. And I was like, fingers crossed. but it, I was just at peace with it. When they said my name, I was just like, oh, and they didn't say my name. When they said Caleb Kennedy's name, and then there was just the four of us left, I was like, okay, I know Arthur's going through. I just knew it. And I just was like, it's okay. Now it's time to get started on my career. And so as soon as I got off of the CBS lot, I just was like, okay, now it's back into the real world, and now it's, get on the grind. And I'm going to take a little bit of a reprieve. I'm taking like a 2-week break, and then as soon as I get back home, I've got co-writes lined up, and I want to start putting a cover out a week in the meantime. But like, I want to have an original at least by the end of the next 3 months. So I've got a game plan.
Wow. Okay, Melinda, I know you're dying to ask some questions. Like that face.
No, first of all, I feel like I'm living vicariously through her. That was my exact reaction. Getting voted off was just like, okay, well, now what? Like, what does this make possible, as opposed to like, what did this end? And
exactly.
So that excites me for you. I'm very excited. I'm a huge fan. I need to say that. I have voted for you every week, and I have this weekly Zoom where we talk Idol and The Voice, and we just fawn over you because you have just this tone that we don't get to hear often. You have control of it. You're just fabulous at what you do. So I know I'm supposed to ask questions, but first, I just need you to know how great you are. You're just so talented. So I was a little upset that you got voted off, but I don't even say you got voted off. I'm just gonna say you didn't get voted in maybe this time.
That's a good way to phrase it. Yeah.
I feel like so many people are going home at one time. I don't
We felt overwhelmed. We talked about this yesterday. We were overwhelmed because we didn't expect that at the end. We were like, what just happened?
Yeah. At this point, it should be like one person at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't love that. My question for you, sorry, a heavy one right off the bat, but how did you feel having a contestant from last season kind of come into the mix so last minute and kind of do his thing?
Well, they let us know the top 24 was revealed. They immediately let us know, like, hey guys, you expecting you're having a comeback, contestant competition. So we had a lot of time to process it, and there's like a little bit of a scare at first because it's just like, oh, fresh meat. But other than that, we all were really just like at peace with it because competition is competition regardless. We're all very individual people in the competition, and our thought process, as we all discussed it, was just that we were happy that they were getting another chance because COVID really did severely affect that year, and they never got to perform on the stage. Like, if that had happened to me during my year, I would have been like, of course this would happen to me, just like the fates are against me. So I know that they had to have been bummed. So we all felt like, they let us know from the get-go. It wasn't like we were, it's not like we were caught off guard by it, And we were just happy that these contestants that we became friends with when they came for their competition, we were happy for them. They got another shot. So I'm at peace with it for sure. And Arthur's incredibly talented, so I'm happy for him.
Oh yeah,
he's getting some exposure.
That's awesome. I felt some of that. I'm so happy that they got to be on that stage. I truly am. Like I cried for them last season.
Yeah.
Honestly, I cried when Sam won. I was so sad that she like was in an apartment by herself, FaceTiming her grandma. Like, so I totally love that they got to be on that stage. And I'll reserve my thoughts about voting for them, but I will say yay that they got to be on that stage.
Yes, I agree. I'm glad they got to be on the stage.
I think they needed that. What do you feel that this makes possible for you? Like what are your goals? What do you have? Or let me just say, it's okay to be like, my goal is to sleep, because this was a grueling process.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was fast.
So do you have things? I know you said a weekly cover, which I'm like so impressed by that, but
thank you. Well, I want to keep people, I want to keep people's attention. I think that's the most important thing, is coming off this platform. I need to utilize all that's rolling and, and keep people engaged. So first, I think that everyone understands, and everyone's been telling me, take a little break. Like, even my followers, they're like, take some time, like, take things down. So now I'm just taking some time to myself, but I think it really won't be until probably about June 1st that I'll be able to start. I'll pretty much be traveling constantly until June. So when June comes around, then that's just like we said, the cover a week is just to keep people, like, I'm starting from the beginning. Like, I'm going to start with the first, like, for instance, my audition, the song that I sing for my audition. And then what did I sing for, my genre challenge and for my duet round. So I'm going to post weekly each one of those. And also so people can get a version of me that's not nervous. Here's the song when I'm not terrified. Like, I actually, like, am not, pitchy when I'm not on a stage in front of people. I'm excited to get started on that. And then, like I said, I'll write with multiple people. I've met a couple people from the show, and then also people who I never really would have thought. Having a check on my Instagram account, it definitely is making a difference. It's like people who I never would have thought would have communicated with me, artists, now are communicating with me. And I'm like, okay, wow, like, this platform has just opened up so many doors of people to be able to write with. And so, yeah, I'm craving. I'm thankful for this downtime, but I'm also, like, craving getting home and getting started. It's like, I just want to show everybody, like, okay, this is what I'm capable of, and I'm excited to do that.
I kind of miss the fact that you guys don't kind of get to sing your way out of the show, because that was my favorite performance personally for me, was getting to sing like without being voted on. So personally, yes. But that being said, Go the Distance was a brilliant song choice. Brilliant. It's perfect for you. And you connected with it so well. What was your favorite performance?
I would say, honestly, like, vocally, like, which one I felt I did the best on would have probably been my audition, because I was the least nervous in my audition, which is weird. You would think it would be the case, but not being on a stage really makes a difference, in my opinion. And, being very, like, bare bones, which is piano, so vocally I felt like I was the least intimidated with that performance. But, like, I would say, like, the performance I was excited about, like, in getting, like, the full band and everything like that, like, instrumentally, like, was probably Running with the Wolves. I wish that I had been less nervous for that performance, because the first time I went into the studio to get to hear the whole band practicing it was the first time I've ever been in a surrounding, like, I've been surrounded by people like that, like all these phenomenal artists that, perform with people like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry. And I was in the studio and they started playing and I just started crying. Like, this is so beautiful. Like, I can't believe this is my reality, that I get to play with a band that is just so capable of recreating what you hear, when you're listening, something that's been produced and, run through a recording studio and stuff. But this Go the Distance song was definitely really fun. I loved lyrically what it had to say. And I wasn't going into it pessimistically, but I knew that it was a high possibility to be my last performance. So I was like, you know what, I want people to know this is not the end of my journey, like, I'm going to go the distance after this is over, And that's why I chose it.
Oh, wow.
That was brilliant. It was a
Yeah.
brilliant choice. It really was. And I'm excited for you to be able to be in those places without like immediate judgment. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
I could hear you in front of a symphony immediately. Like it would be so gorgeous and you can feel like you're flying, but also walk off that stage without people telling you what they thought immediately, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
and things
The
like,
critique as soon as you're done.
yeah, and honestly, I love constructive criticism. I would say the hard part was knowing I was being compared to other people.
Yes.
Obviously, that's the thing as a team. You're always being compared to other people, but it's not like if someone comes to your Spotify or someone comes to your show, they are coming to see you. And they have already thought that they enjoy you enough that they want to, continue to be there. Where it's not like, I don't know if I like you. I might like the person next better. There's like,
Right.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I feel like people are here to see me, and I don't feel on edge. I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I truly am. You're so talented that I will be at that concert. I'm already buying tickets for you and Bean. And I just love it. I saw it. I saw it already. I was really excited and I was like, can it be virtual too? Like I normally I wait till the end of the season for you all, and then I start following you and buying everything you own. So if there's anything out there that has your name on it, I will own it. I think you're absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so excited to see what's next.
Hey, thank you so much, Denise. Thank you.
So excited.
So, Cassandra, you said you're not home yet. You're not back in Columbia yet. Is there a plan for when you come back? Will there be some kind of celebration?
Yes, actually, there will be.
Okay.
So that's still in the works, but it looks like it's very possible there will be a show in Columbia at the end of June, possibly. And we're going to go big or go home. It depends on what our budget is. So, and it looks like I might actually also possibly be joined by some other American Idol contestants. So.
What?
Yeah, so stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Wow. Okay, you guys need to keep us in touch with that so we know when it comes down what happens.
Yeah.
That's so
all,
amazing.
That we only discussed that for the first time. So my brother is a city councilman in Columbia. So he was like, he's been coming to me with some questions that the city has had. And so yesterday he felt it was finally time to update me. He was trying to give me a little break. He's like, okay, Captain, we need some answers. So, so it looks like it might be the end of June, maybe at the latest, probably July. But we want to do this while it's still fresh in people's minds. And I'm excited to be able to stay from my home, or it'll feel safe,
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. That's amazing.
And you guys can come.
And
yes.
First of all, I'll be there. And are you guys, is Idol planning a tour at all? Do you know that?
Honestly, I don't know the details on that. I think once we know the details, we'll be blasting it out to everyone.
Okay.
In the past I did with the top 10, so fingers
Right.
crossed. I know COVID is affecting it greatly, but I really hope so. That would be so wonderful to be with all my friends again, and just have fun, like you said, and we're all just, there's no immediate criticism right after.
Yeah. And on the tour, it's a more fun comparison with your friends. It's not like a pitted against each other, but it's like we're all putting on this show. So
yes,
I hope
collectively, can we collaborate?
Yes, I hope you get that for sure. I'll be at that too.
I can't wait. I'm already excited. I'm marking this down on my notebook here. Tell me about your time there at Idol. It seems like you and Hunter got to know each other. Did you know each other before this
actually,
started?
It's really funny. So we both were on the same plane that left from Nashville, DNA, to actually first Dallas, Fort Worth, and then to LAX for an audition. So we were in the security line at 4:30 in the morning. I didn't know who he was. There was this guy in front of me. He had a guitar on his back, and I was like, I wonder. He came really, really early. We're just going to security, so it's too soon to say. I was like, I wonder if he's going on the show. And then he had to keep it under wraps. Like, we're not supposed to be telling people about the audition until it's happening. So we're going to security. He's right in front of me, and he left his phone in the little bin. And so I ran after him and was like, hey, you left your phone in the security bin. And he was like, oh, thanks so much, And I was like, yeah, no problem. And then we get to the same terminal, and I was like, strategically, I'm like, I'm going to sit by this guy because I feel like he's going to be on the show. So I like sat a couple of people away from him. I was like, hello. Yeah, I'm sure he was like, why is he still talking to me at 5 in the morning? I was like, oh, are you by any chance going to LA? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, are you going for an audition? And he was like, yes, I am. And I was like, is it for like American Idol? And I like whispered it, and he was like, yes. And then pretty much that's when our relationship started. We started, we were both excited about that. He actually showed me like 2 weeks ago that he had been documenting everything that had been happening during the show. And he had wrote in his phone, I met this girl at the airport. She was really cool or something like that. And he was like, she's going to be on the show too or something. Like, so right off the bat, we made a connection. And of course, it helped that we're both from, Middle Tennessee. So
I
it
love
was really
that.
sad to leave him this last week because we even said the day of, we were like, please, I hope we go out together, like when like older people pass away, you like want them, to like go out together, we were like, hopefully that happens. But alas, I even said to him, I said, well, I hope if anyone goes out and it's just one of us, I was like, I pray that it's me and not you. So I was happy to see that he was still part of the show because I would have been heartbroken if he was on.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We love having you both.
Yes.
Personally, we love having both of you on there.
Yeah, and, I wish this was the case.
But I feel like you utilized your time so well on the show. Like every song, every performance showed us something that we can kind of hold on to in order to support you from here on out. So you did really, really well with the platform that you were given, honestly.
You.
And how did you find a way to kind of figure out what to do with the nerves? Like, because nerves are a thing that I still work through before I go on stage. I've got some little steps now that I do. My band says I have a binky, but I literally rub on a scarf.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, are you finding some things that are kind of helping with the nerves? Because I know that's a bear to deal with.
I am finding, I haven't conquered it, of course, but I am finding things that are helping. And it's like, for instance, not wearing my shoes, because just like you like to touch that scarf, I like to feel the cold tile on my feet. I like to feel present. I like to feel grounded. Because you have a lot of like sensory points on your feet. And then I also, so I have like some mantras that I like to repeat to myself that like my vocal coach actually suggested for me to do. Like, I'm a child of God. No one is better at being me than me. Yeah. And I'm sharing my gift with the world, and just kind of like that I don't have to, trying to de-stress the moment and trying to make it less important than I think it is, like just having fun. I'm just doing what I do every day anyways, and it's hard when it's like, you're on a competition. It's hard to be like, you're just having fun because it's a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but there are things that I like to teach myself, and also feeling prepared, will make a big difference. If I've gone over the song over and over and over, and I know it inside and out, it helps me feel more at peace because I know that my nerves are going to kick in. I know I'm going to go on autopilot, and I'm going to just black out like I always do because it's going to take some time to get used to that. And so, if at least my autopilot version, when I black out, is prepared and knows what it's doing, then I don't have to be scared, So, because when you go out there, even John Baptiste, I think was his name.
Yes.
He performed right before me. He was phenomenal. He even said afterwards that he blacked out because that's just when you have that surge of adrenaline, it happens all the time,
All the time. It's still to this day, it happens all the time. But I think that's so smart. Like, rehearsal has been my best friend, and just like, let me just have muscle memory so that when my brain goes out the door, my muscles remember what to do. Like,
and then when I finally come to in the middle of the song, I'll be like, oh yeah. And then,
here I am.
You remember the song, you're like, okay, I'm here.
Oh, listen, my brain, I literally think, like, all of a sudden I'm like, did I shave? Did I like certain things just start? What should I eat? And I'm like, why am I thinking of this right now? Right. Yeah.
Your brain just like disassociates sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, it's just the best. hard. Like, you can't explain it unless I feel like you've done it before, public spoken and things like that. And it's like, your brain just like wanders away. And so, yeah, it just really helps to be prepared ahead of time. And I'm just excited to, because usually it takes at least a song to get out of those jitters. We only get a song, so it's like, I'm excited for my own show because then I can get through my first song and my second song, and then I'll be a present, I'll be there, I'll be in the moment.
Yes. Oh gosh, that is so me. I literally use the first song of the show to ground myself. Always. Yes. I normally get there about halfway through the song and then I'm like, oh, here we go. But you don't even sing a full song on Idol. So there's not
like a minute
actually
and a half,
time.
2 minutes. Yeah.
That's a
quick. By the time I'm present, I'm like, and I'm off the stage. Okay.
Right. And this is my last note. Great. Yeah. Well, you've done incredibly well. You really, really have. I'm excited to see the rest. I can't wait.
It's been so much fun to watch your journey. Melinda and I have talked about this. This is the first time we've had two people from Middle Tennessee in quite a while to root for. So that even to me makes the show more personal. Knowing that there's someone from here watching you guys every week, it's been incredible.
Well, it helps also that you guys are really good. Because if you were from here and you weren't doing a good job, we might not be as excited. So
I'm glad we're making you guys proud.
So proud.
The baton has been passed to
Yeah. Well, and you get to still hold it because it's not just what you do on the show, it's what you do as you go. So you're still holding that baton. Seriously, we're still rooting for you. We're still voting for you. Like we've got your back. So I'm really happy for you.
That's true. You will always be able to say, you will always be able to say you were in the top 10. Oh, did we lose her?
I think we might have
lost her connection. Is she back? Oh man, I hope we didn't lose her. Hopefully she. Well,
we may have lost her. Well, at least we went out telling her how great she is.
That's right. Hey, you guys, thanks for coming back for another American Idol talk. I'm going to wait a second, talk for a second. Hopefully we can get her back. I'm not sure. But we have a message here. Everybody said they thought she was the most impressive contestant they've seen. We couldn't agree more. Hopefully we'll get to see Hunter move on to the top 5.
I know. I think he can do it. I do. I believe in him. So
we'll find out, I guess, Sunday. I'm holding my breath. Okay.
Yep.
I'm a little more prepared this week. Last week I wasn't. I keep saying that I was not prepared for all this at the last minute.
We're prepared for the big cuts at this point, and we can kind of get there. We don't have very many weeks of the show left, so
nope.
Here we are.
Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks so much, Melinda, for coming back again so we can talk. Oh, I think she's here. Look,
is she here?
Back. You're back. We lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, my laptop decided to die at 40%. So
no,
it's time to get a new laptop. Sorry about that. Anyways, but thank you so much for all your support, guys, and thank you for it. It just feels so nice to know that like all of my family, all of my town, and even the surrounding town has just all linked arms together to support us, and it just means the world to me. And I just hope I want to continue to make you guys proud, and I want to continue to, I don't know, I will continue to try my best, and I will be working, just like I was working hard at the job I had before with the coffee shop. I'm just redirecting that attention, to music now, and I'm excited to know that something I've dreamed of my whole life. I always would say to people, if I could get paid to sing, that'd be a dream come true. I always said that, and now it's like, wow, I might actually get to do that. So I'm quite excited.
Well, when you get back, look me up because I'm obviously down the street from Columbia, but also there's a network of us, of former Idol contestants. There's so many of us in this area. And we are all family at this point. So basically, welcome to the family. And whatever you need, we're here for. So look me up, ask any questions you have. like we're just here to like share what we've learned over the years. It's been 14 years for me, I think. So
I can't believe that.
we're happy to pour in, but also like anything you need, we're all here. So
That means the
utilize
world to
us.
me. I 100% will. After this, we're getting connected.
Perfect.
All right, and keep us updated on your like homecoming concert, whatever you
Yes.
decide, so we can spread the word. Obviously, we'll be there. Melinda and I will be in the front row. Woo-hoo.
Okay, I'm so excited. We're gonna put on a show.
Yay.
Yeah, and maybe by then Hunter can join you. We'll see what happens.
That would be wonderful. I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. We will see you back. Melinda, I will keep chatting, and maybe next week we can see what happens. I'm holding my breath. It's killing me.
We got this. We got this.
All right.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much for including me on this.
Oh, thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful
Bye.
day.
Bye.